And hello, Jambaggers. Welcome to yet another EGX special. We try and get one of these out every year where we end up actually going to EGX. And here we are with a bit of a slightly different episode, a bit of a retrospective on our EGX experience, which was just over a week ago now, wasn't it, Rudy?
That's right, yeah. So we went down to the Big Smoke London town for the EGX Festival. And for those not in the know, so this is a kind of British gaming convention, although I do believe they've been rolling it out into Germany as well. I think it's sponsored by Virgin Media, which is an offshoot of Virgin brand, but does broadband and TV, etc.
Yeah, I think you'd have to be fairly oblivious not to notice all the Virgin logos around the place when you went there. Yeah. It's definitely you might as well call it the Virgin Game Show or something like that. But yeah, that's essentially what it is.
And I guess it's probably the closest we get in the UK here to something like PAX or E3 or Gamescom. It's not as big as those events. There's certainly no exclusives typically shown. But it's normally quite a good showcase of AAA publishers, sort of game demos of upcoming games, a lot of indie games, merch, retro
Lots
gaming.
Lots of merch.
Talks, presentations, a lot of streamers, a lot of big personalities in the sort of gaming industry, the British gaming industry around there. Overpriced food.
Very overpriced beer, overpriced food, some careers fairs, which was quite interesting. Some people looking to recruit game designers
turns out
and stuff.
I'm still unemployable. But it's fine. I've come to accept that. And it lasts for 4 days. So it comes normally from a Thursday through to Sunday. We managed to attend it for the Friday and the Saturday.
Yep.
So we travelled down, stayed over and had a bit of a time. And it's really an opportunity for us to, get out there and meet the people and then not talk to them because we don't like talking to people.
Completely ignore all those other people and just talk to, you, me, and one of our other friends who we don't really get to see very often, the filthy assistant.
Yeah, we do bring along our assistant for those who have listened to previous episodes. And really what we do is we kind of just check it out, wobble around. We both got kind of, we get different things from it. And just, it gives us a chance to play different stuff, just hang out really. So what we thought we'd do is we'd always record it, but obviously it's a Jambags special, so it wouldn't really be a Jambags special without being completely pointless and missing most of the point of a gaming convention.
Yeah, absolutely, because we really didn't see that many games there at all. I think we spent more time. We played a lot of retro games and stuff that we'd all played before, but yeah, in terms of sort of new games and stuff like that, I mean, I had a quick scan of what was going to be there before I turned up, but really...
I did not. I was very badly prepared. I worked out as far as how to get there. That was as much work as I put into it.
That's kind of your strong point, and I just completely half-assed all the rest of it. So there were literally no games that I recognised in the game list when we went there. But I thought, hey, it'll be fun anyway, and yeah, it was.
And from us, one thing I would like to warn everyone is that the audio quality isn't necessarily up to our medium highs, which we normally have. I'd say we're kind of medium quality from a production point of view, but we had to take a portable speaker. My voice in particular is making it pop quite a lot. I think I've just got a horrible voice. Our pop filter didn't really seem to work. So totally sorry. It might put people off if it's annoying. I've done my best to edit it out and minimize it, but it is kind of what it is. But we are out and about in the field, so to speak, or in the convention hall and the toilets. And there's that bagel place as well.
Yes, nice. The bagel place and then the toilets and then maybe some other food places and very definitely some toilets.
Yeah, so and possibly what we'll do is we're going to kind of get into it. It's going to edited show, and at the end we'll come back like this, and we'll just go over some of our highlights and stuff like that, and some of the bits that didn't make it into the actual podcast that we didn't, in the other recordings we did over the show itself. So enjoy yourselves and listen to what we found when we went to EGX 2022.
Hello and welcome, Jambaggers. Welcome to the EGX Day 1 coverage with me, Mr. Dante Rodriguez.
And me, Mr. Rudy Manchego. We have made it into the Excel Centre. And to be honest, it's been a difficult experience, hasn't it, Dante? Things didn't go the way that we were expecting them to in terms of getting into the building.
No, absolutely. The security status was not really recognised. Our press credentials were not Well, they were laughed at, weren't they, really, Rudy?
We were refused press entry. Admittedly, we hadn't applied online for press entry, and we had some notes written by both of our mums to say that we were press, and they wouldn't accept that as proof, which is ridiculous.
Absolutely, which I feel is discrimination against us because of our, I don't know, background or religious upbringings and that sort of stuff.
And our mum and dad as well, our mums and dads on both sides that had both taken the time to write the note and sign it, which is, minutes of effort.
Yeah. And we're also suffering from the fact that we are a man down with our crew. Our filthy assistant so far hasn't made it into the building. I feel that he's above us somewhere. Isn't that right, Rudy?
Well, the last we saw, he wanted to make a grand entrance. He was scaling up the side of it, but he was being chased by several security teams, some of which had tasers. So we had to lug all our own luggage, which wasn't part of the plan. We don't normally carry our own stuff to these events. We normally have someone to bring all our things, and we don't travel light, do we?
No, absolutely. There's all sorts of pampering and entourage-style things that we need to bring for us, and the filthy assistant is integral to that. And okay, he may get his massive banner that says "Hail Anubis" across the roof of the XL Lady. You might see that on the news. You might not if he gets tased enough times. But yeah, he's not here to provide, and we're struggling, aren't we? Really?
Well, we've got so much stuff with us. Obviously, we've got all our recording equipment. We've got a professional sound booth that we carry around on our backs all the time, so we can get this high-quality audio. We also carry around 3 changes of clothes at any one time, necessary, because we are sweaty men. What else have you got in your bags?
Well, lots of jam, obviously. We are the Jambags crew, so I carry a lot of jam with us. Otherwise, how would people know who we are?
That is very true. What we like to do is we like to give out jam. When people say, what do you guys do? You go, we're a Jambags podcast. So to keep it in everybody's mind, we give out jam. Now, obviously, we don't give out jars of jam because they're quite heavy, so we just smear it on their hands.
Yeah, people never forget us. I don't know if it gets as many listeners, but we certainly we make an impression, don't we?
Yeah, and it means if you go to any stall or anything like that, or any demo to play anything, and there's controllers worryingly sticky with raspberry jam, it means either us or one of our devoted acolytes has been playing there, and we're everywhere. We're just sticking to everything.
So follow us wherever we go. If you are at the EGX event, you'll find the trail of jam, and that's where we will have been. Hoping that we're going to be able to get our hands back on our recording equipment. Wasn't it impounded by security on the way in?
It was impounded by security. Something about it ticking. Also, it being marked TNT. I don't understand why that was a problem. It just means totally not toes. We don't know. That was a badly thought out joke. We need a script. We didn't write a script for this bit. But we are impounded, so we'll be just making do with a small speaker. So hopefully it'll work out fine. It'll be fine. Hopefully we'll see some games. Not as big an event so far, our first impressions, as we've seen previously. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't want to use the word underwhelming too much, but there doesn't seem to be many big publishers here. There's a little bit of Nintendo, a little bit of kind of Sonic stuff here as well. We have got our hands on a Steam Deck already, which I was quite impressed with. You've obviously got one already, but it was my first experience with the Steam Deck, and I enjoyed it.
It was very steamy and decky as that. And yeah, we've got some pictures we'll post up on Instagram for that to show us, well, Dante largely getting beaten at Elden Ring, but at least he was getting beaten in his own hands, which is a rarity. So there's not much. However, we are really normally here for the indies and for some of the other events, so we'll be checking all those out and come back with our thoughts. If we ever find our filthy assistant who can carry stuff around. But we'll catch up with you guys later. Welcome, Jambaggers. We are doing a Jambags first, actually. We're feeling we're going to get back into competitive gaming.
Yeah, we're going to get in some serious esports tournaments starting right now with some Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I have entered Dante here to the Street Fighter 6. Not just in a demo, he is playing what appears to be a 5-year-old. And they are looking pretty bored, actually, quite bored. But what do you think about your chances here?
I am going to mash that 5-year-old's face into the pavement and steal his lunch money and run away quickly.
Wow, those are strong words. What character are you going to go with?
I think I'm going to go with someone big like Zangief or someone like that who's going to really kind of pummel him, kind of do some real mashing. some of the really quite intimidating to whatever this 5-year-old's name is.
And you're so confident you've actually put down a bit of money with this kid as well.
I have. The parents are currently holding my bank card, and I've got his pocket money in the pot as well. So winner takes all. Winner takes all, Rudy.
Your bank card, that is all your money, isn't it?
Yes, everything, and the savings book as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been told by the attendant we need to get moving on, so wait a sec. I'm just going to do some recording here. Dante playing Street Fighter 6 as Zangief versus a young boy, and here we go now. Oh, that was right in your character's dick. That was a dick kick. Dick kick. Wait a sec.
That kid would have had his sex ed by now. How does he know to hit me in the willy?
Whoa. I've never seen. I have never seen someone kicked in the dick so often and just so rough. I mean, and the first round's over. The first round is over. Okay, well, wait a sec. Regroup, time out. That's it.
Okay, I'm exhausted. I know he's not actually been hitting me with anything, but I feel like I've been bashed in the face. Little Jimmy over there.
Well, I mean, the guy who's doing the attending who's running the actual expo said he's never seen one video game character kicked in the dick so many times in repeated succession. Do you feel proud of that accolade?
It's something to tell the grandkids about, I suppose, if I have any, which I don't think I will, because I've been kicked in the dick so many times.
Well, the problem we've got here now is that you're one round down, and you've now got to play another round. And if you don't win this round, this is it. You lose all your money, right?
Okay, so no pressure or anything.
Yeah, so let's get into it. He's looking, he is leering at you now, this kid. Oh, okay, wait a sec. We're going to go to the second round. Winner takes, all of Dante's money, probably. Go. Oh, that was quick. And, Dante nearly got a hit in. He nearly got a punch in. And he's lost. He's completely lost. You do know that you were the one on the other side of on the right-hand side of the screen, don't you?
Oh, no. Okay.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyway because you've lost all your money. And since you're paying for dinner tonight anyway...
Yeah, my train ticket was in that wallet as well.
And your house keys?
Yeah, pretty much everything.
Car keys?
Car keys, house keys, spy keys, all the keys.
Well, this is yet another successful segment we've got here at the Jambags Gaming Podcast, as Dante's been beaten by a small child and kicked in the dick an innumerable amount of times.
Yeah, a record-breaking amount of times of dick kickings. Okay, so now I'm going to hobble out to the street, and hopefully someone will give me a lift home, maybe, without kicking me in the dick.
I won't. I'm probably just going to get a taxi back to the pub we're staying at. But hey, don't worry about it. I'll see you there. Yeah, it's only about 5 or 6 miles.
Yeah. Anytime now. Oh, my dick hurts. Oh.
Hey Jambaggers, and we've come to the end of our first day at EGX today. It's been a long day, we've been on our feet a long time. We're back in our lovely abode for the evening. Me and Dante are going to be snuggling down under the covers separately, but maybe not, I don't know, it could get cold. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a bit of wander around and just seeing what Dante's up to. And hey, dude, what you up to? What you doing?
Oh, it's been such a long day. I'm just chilling out with some Switch time. Got some Zombie Army 4 and a couple of others I was going to line up after that. And trying to switch out. Thank you for coming and sticking a microphone in my face.
Yeah, well, no, it's okay because we're podcasters. We come podcast first, play games later. But it's interesting. So you got your Switch there. I'm not playing there. Is that out of interest? Is that Zombie Army game physical or is it a digital game?
It is a physical copy. I got it from I took ages ago from someone on Facebook Marketplace. I was thinking of Strange Brigade, which I also got physical. That's a good version. Yeah, it is a physical cartridge. There you go. That's I'm showing it to you.
Are you aware, I don't know if you are aware of this or our listeners are aware, that the Nintendo Switch cartridges have got a horrible taste to them? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. Why have they got horrible code? Why do they taste bad?
Well, interestingly, it's deliberate. So Nintendo's idea is that because lots of kids have Switches and they're so small and diddy, the little cartridges, if they taste horrible, as soon as a kid puts them in their mouth, they'll go bleh and spit them out because they taste foul. and that will put them off ever putting them in their mouths again. So there's a lot of choking hazard, which is pretty clever.
Yeah, okay, I can see that makes sense. That's a really good way of making sure, adding some child safety, and yeah, no, that's a nice one, Nintendo. I'm impressed.
So you're gonna lick it?
Ew, no. Why would I do that?
Because we just said it's really horrible taste. Like, have you not? I can't believe you haven't tried it.
Yeah, that's literally why. Okay, I wasn't going to try it anyway, and now I know they're supposed to taste horrible. Why would I do that?
Because don't you want to know how horrible they taste? Because it's like they've managed to inject a flavour into the plastic which tastes horrible, and now you want to know what that flavour is, so you know why it's horrible tasting. Now I've told you, surely curiosity must be overcoming the yuckiness.
Ew, absolutely no. That's it's like someone's warned me something tastes horrible, and if I lick it, I'm going to have a bad time. It's going to taste horrible. Why would I then lick it to induce that bad time, to have that kind of bad experience? No.
Why would you not want to know how it tastes though? Now I've told you that it tastes horrible. Aren't you intrigued to see what it tastes like? I've licked at least 2 or 3 of my Switch cartridges.
Okay, I mean, I'm just going to Google this. I see there's articles online about this. Yeah, okay, so I kind of trust you. I do trust what I found on Google, and I trust that it's not going to be a fun time if I do lick the cartridge.
Lick the cartridge.
No, I'm not going to lick. What are you doing? Oh, no.
Give me the cartridge.
Why are you putting it on my... That's not going to ruin the cartridge, is it?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, that really does.
So what does it taste like?
It's hard to describe, but it's really bad.
Yeah, it's a really horrible taste. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't know why I keep licking them all the time, actually. It gives you a really horrible taste in your mouth. Don't try and eat anything afterwards. Oh. It's probably, don't put it, you put it straight back in the Switch. That can damage it.
Really? Oh, I was just checking to see if it had damaged it, and now you tell me put it in... Oh, why is it not booting up?
It's probably all your saliva. You put it right to the back of your throat. You took that like a champ.
Well, I'd say I took it like a champ. It's because you pushed it all the way to the back of my throat. Clearly, you've got some experience of pushing things down people's throats.
Well, our podcast is one of those things. We try and push down people's throats regularly. But so disgusting taste.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm gonna go over to a different room and play my cartridge and not worry too much about the fact that you just mouth raped me.
But also, Jambags, on a serious point here, we are professionals here. Don't go putting Switch cartridges in your mouth. Do lick them to taste what they taste like, because obviously you want to find out. Now I've told you how disgusting they are, that you want to give it a quick lick. But maybe, let us know if you've been licking your cartridges. I mean, I know that I have on a regular basis. But where are you going, Dante? Where are you off to?
I need to... Oh, no. I need a cup of tea or something to... just get this taste out of my mouth. It's disgusting. Jambaggers, do not lick your cartridges. They taste bad. We did it, or it was done to us, so you don't have to. Oh.
Let me just mix the tea for you.
Rudy.
What's going on? Oh, Dante, what are you doing? Wait a sec. It's 4 a.m, Dante. What's going on?
No. But I can't sleep, and I want to come and talk to you because I'm just too excited.
Excited about? Why are you trying to get into? What are you getting in my bed for? What are you too excited about?
We're going to EGX tomorrow. We're going back to EGX.
Yeah, we've been there today. We know exactly what's going to be there. It'll probably just be the same stuff, but with more people. It's a Saturday. What?
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's the main day. There's going to be more people there. We might bump into even more people we know than we did today. Oh, it's going to be great, Rudy. It's going to be such a good time.
We only bumped into one person we know. What are you on about?
Oh, yeah, there might be even more of them. It'd be great. Oh, God, there's going to be more merch. There's going to be more crowds. There's going to be more queuing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're really excited about it. Is there any chance that you might, I don't know, get so excited you'll go to sleep?
No. That's never going to happen. Never going to happen. I'm just way too kind of pumped about it. And, maybe the filthy assistant will make it and, we'll have to bail him out of prison or something like that. That'll be even better.
Okay. I've got a question to ask. You know that they were giving out those free energy drink samples?
Yeah.
Can I just check the ones that you took back with you? You haven't just drunk them, have you?
All 7 of them.
Okay, that's great. I tell you what, why don't you go and do a pretend dance mat in the other room for a few hours, yeah?
Yeah, dance mat. Yes. Ooh. La la, ooh la la, ga ga, pa pa pa.
Okay, just close the door and say,
Join me, it's your turn. Rudy, come and dance with me, Rudy.
Why did I invite him again?
Rudy's Toilet Reviews. Rudy's Toilet Reviews.
welcome, Jambags, the first instalment of Rudy's Toilet Reviews, as I go to the toilet and review the toilet facilities here at the EGX Centre in London. A really big part of any expo is when a toilet. I am in the urinals right now. It's very busy. I am just trying to have a wee. I'm getting a lot of odd looks. People are wondering why I'm looking at, and evening, sir. How are you doing? Yep. And just, I've got a bit of stage fright, so it might take a while. But so far, the cleanliness, not bad. Smell, not too bad. So if people go into the toilet in EGX, I recommend the ones down the first major set of stairs as you walk in the convention centre. It gets Rudy's seal of approval. Now I'm just going to...
And welcome, Jambaggers, to day 2 of our EGX coverage. We are here to take you through the highs and lows of the EGX Gamescom, aren't we, Rudy?
We are indeed. It's day 2. It's been quite an exhausting day yesterday carrying all our luggage for us. The filthy assistant that we paid in goodwill has not turned up as yet. Any news from him so far, Dante?
No, we have had some messages to say he's on his way, but then last we heard he was trying to invade the transport office or something like that. So
yeah, the British Transport Police. They have got tasers, so I don't know if they managed to get him, but we're waiting at a designated meeting place just over the main glass roof, and we'll just see if he turns up, I suppose.
Yeah, we have had quite a lovely breakfast here, so I'm sure if he shows up, that's great. If not, we're going to be pissed and carrying our own stuff all day.
And just, hang on a minute, what can we see on there's something on the roof, what can we...
Oh my, is that him?
Oh, how to do this! Oh, I think he...
Yeah, it's nice to see him, obviously, but...
Yeah, oh, look.
A lot of transport police
They have got the tasers out. I did not... Oh.
Ferrigno, that guy's big.
Wow, that's a lot of tasers on one man.
He's been kicked in the dick.
Oh my gosh, I think he's lost bowel control. It's just never seen so much tasering on one person.
Oh man, I don't think he's going to be able to carry anything, let alone our bags for the rest of the day.
He's certainly not going to be able to carry the contents of his own stomach lining. Right, well, we're going to have to go and cleaned up then and sort this mess out. Then we'll see you guys in the actual room. Catch you later.
Rudy's Toilet Reviews. Rudy's Toilet Reviews.
Yo, Jambaggers, it's Rudy here, and I have managed to sneak off to possibly the best toilet that we've found so far in our time here at EGX. It's not actually in the convention centre. I actually had to walk out, go around the side of the building, find one of the many restaurants and cafes, wait until it was nearly closed, and then sneak into the toilet. I've been here for about 10 minutes, no one's noticed, and I've got to say, it's been cleaned recently. I can see a tick on the wall. This is possibly the best place to go to the toilet that I've found in EGX so far. I would go as far as that the cleaning smell product is high. It's just a great place to go, and it's such a great place to go that I've actually cracked out one of my portable gaming consoles, and I'm playing a bit of Tetris while I'm doing my business. And okay, the lights have gone off now, so I think possibly that the place is closed and I'll have to wait here for a lot longer now. But hey, look, seriously, check out some of the side cafes and restaurants at closing time. You're going to get a really good toilet experience. Okay, Rudy out.
Welcome, Jambaggers, and we are now getting ready to leave the Excel Convention Arena after the second day of EGX, our final day here, 2 full days spent. It's been a long day, it's been an emotional day. There's been a few we've had to crack 2 of the members of our team out of the holding cells after toilet and, Anubis-related incidents. But Dante, long day, my feet are hurting. I need a massage, but how have you been feeling?
Fairly well rested after the holding cell incident, but yeah, generally not too bad. A bit achy, lots been going on, but we've seen some good stuff. It's been a worthwhile experience. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been a good one. We'll go into. I think we'll do we'll collect our thoughts. We'll do a proper conclusion to all this. But so that'll be on in a second. But initial thoughts. Great for indies. Some really, really great titles. But to be honest, that was all there was. That was a shine of it. Obviously, some good talks. Lots of good retro gaming, but games-wise, I'll go into it. But The Last Worker was my favourite one so far. Had real Portal vibes. What about yourself?
Yeah, I quite like that one. I feel like I might have got a bugged version of it, so I maybe didn't connect as much as you did. I quite like the Last Hero of Nostalgaia. I thought that was very funny, very well put together. I mean, it's sort of pixelated Dark Souls, which was pretty cool. I'd agree with your sentiment. Maybe there could have been some bigger games there. If you're into AAA, really all that there was COD and the Wolong Fallen Dynasty, which was okay. But it was really more of an indie show this time than anything else, which is fine. But it would be nice to see some of the bigger games come back.
Yeah, I think it's probably only fair that we ask our filthy assistant, who's been carrying our bags, providing us with food, occasionally a back massage here and there where we've needed it, fanned us down when we got hot or sweaty, queued in the queues for us so we didn't have to. But what was your favourite experience of the expo, our filthy assistant?
Well, the holding cells were quite nice and comfortable and quite relaxing. That was good. But my real favourite bit was that guy who was clearly proud of his girlfriend. He was a gamer nerd, but he had an attractive girlfriend. He had his arm round her, and he had a face like a cat with a strawberry flavoured arse.
Okay, was there anything related to the actual convention or games or any of the shows perhaps that you found interesting while carrying our stuff and queuing for us?
I don't really like games now.
Oh, we need to get successful so we can hire someone that actually pay someone.
Someone who knows about what gaming's all about. Say, while we're here, filthy assistant, would you like to lick this Switch cartridge?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, get him.
No! I said no!
Open wide,
no!
open wide.
No! Leave me! No!
Hey Jambags, and this is the epilogue to our EGX story. We have finished up, haven't we, Dante? We are back at home in our respective, homes. I'm not with you right now.
Yeah.
We've
had a bit of time to reflect on what we've seen, what we've done, what was there, what wasn't there perhaps, and kind of wanted to bring some of our thoughts together just to finish off this special, didn't we? Really?
Yeah, and I think we've got an existential question we want to talk about. So, but let's go to what were your highlights, Dante? What do you want to? What did you apart from obviously the amazing company that myself?
Oh, obviously,
and those were the highlights, and obviously. And
the fantastic gourmet food, obviously, as well.
The energy drinks at 4 a.m. The Switch cartridge tasting session we had. All good stuff.
Still lingers on my nightmares. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what was your highlights? Well,
so in terms of the games that I played that I thought were the best were there, the one that really stuck out for me was the Last Hero of Nostalgaia. I thought that was a lot of fun. Again, having played a bit more Elden Ring, I'm a little bit more sort of tuned into how Soulsborne style games work, and that one seemed like a lot of fun with a lot of in-jokes about gaming in general, and had a lot of fun. I liked how it was presented, and sort of enjoyed that. I thought, even though it was kind of a Sekiro rip-off, but it might be for people that can't play Sekiro, I thought Wolong Fallen Dynasty was quite good, and it just felt nice and comfortable to queue for something. I mean, we didn't do a lot of queuing, and that's normally what I most associate with the EGX experience, is lots and lots of queuing, and there wasn't so much of it this year.
It was, and it was also one of my highlights was the queue, because there was some queue rage. Which you get every EGX, because basically these are long queues, and obviously people come in and out, and so people try to queue jump. Basically, there was a couple of guys and another guy or two wandered up, obviously knew them, and as planned, and they sort of skipped onto the line, and then another guy behind them, quite rightly, was just like, get out. I don't think I probably would have said anything because I'm a massive wuss, and but it was, and then it goes like, oh, we were already, we were going to queue and stuff like that. Well, with these guys, it's like, no, that's back of the queue, and oh, fine.
He was quite intense, wasn't he? He was very passionate about that. I mean, I might have done a little bit of, hey man, no cuts, no butts, no coconuts, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, great one. Oh yeah, it was, and let him stay there. But
that's exactly
this
what
guy,
happened, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But this guy was real, kind of
it's a
real
queue
animated
for a
about
reason,
it.
mate. And he's right. It was a queue for a reason.
He's right.
It was a queue for a reason, But I had a feeling he was a veteran of the queue for the Queen. He'd been in the queue.
Yeah, I think he might have been
several days, and was just like, no. We didn't do this back in the day in the big queue through London. We're not doing it now for long Bourne Dynasty.
That is going to be one of those things that the people that lived through it, hey man, you weren't there. You weren't in the big queue.
You weren't.
And
You
we'll
didn't.
be like, no, we weren't.
Piss yourself. But yeah, so I mean, so Wellong was a good one. I'd probably echo last year Nostalgia. Wellong, I'm kind of interested in. I don't know how much more patience I've got for a really difficult Souls. Well, I know the Neo games are considered to be possibly more difficult than some Souls games, but
yeah, it was Team Ninja, wasn't it? They did they do the Neo games?
Yeah.
So that's where they're coming from with this one.
But it was definitely pretty looking. It was nice to feel like to see a preview of a AAA game that's a few months away, which is cool. Last year, Nostalgia, I'm totally with you on that one. It's only coming out in a couple of weeks, I think, on Xbox and PC. So I'll probably be picking that up, although October is becoming a pretty busy month. My top highlight of the show was The Last Worker, and I know you didn't get on with it as much.
The aesthetic and the story felt really good. I just felt like I must have bugged out, or there just wasn't someone there to tell me how to do it or something, and I got a little bit rage quitty.
Yeah, I really liked the intro and the story, but I'm a sucker for story, political narrative games, so it was a little bit like, there should have just been a neon sign saying "Rudy, start here." It's just, that was my back. However, it's definitely piqued my interest. It's gone on the wish list. Quite a few other, the indie. I think certainly, the indie games made it for us. The transfuser area, which is kind of, for those not to know, is an indie area where, like, sort of university or educational led sort of like dev teams get a chance to sort of, share the skills and do some dev stuff. There was some really great games this year there, actually.
I mean, Bin Chickens was a real highlight for me as well. That was a lot of fun. The sort of 3 or 4 player, one person plays the human with the chips, and the other players play the seagull trying to steal the chips.
Yeah,
cracking good time.
That was a really good one. I'm just trying to remember the name of the other one. There was like a ninja one. Oh, it's pretty terrible, but that's where you would basically one person control the enemies on like a side-scrolling platformer, and one would play ninja. And the idea was you'd stop the other one, and you'd swap around the positions, and it's who could, who basically got the longest, and got further into the level, which was just a really neat mechanic, and the whole thing just sounded really good.
Yeah, no, that was great. There was one which was a bit like a pod racer game, like a desert kind of jet racer sort of game. That I enjoyed that quite a bit as well. That precision platformer so that was, the assistant were playing.
Escalar.
I think was
just
pretty
remember,
good
I've just got my notes here because I did actually make some notes. I know what was the ninja game. It was
there's something like Soul Blade. No, that's something else, isn't it? I had a sticker from it around here somewhere. That was as much notes as I took.
Yeah, just going through my notes. It was Soulbound. That was it. So you got
Soulbound.
I got a sticker for it, which is really cool. Really liked that. Yes, that was some pretty cool stuff there. I really liked Wave Tail, which was before, which is kind of like I hated Sea of Solitude, but it was kind of a platformer, but on like waves. Had some really neat mechanics. Looked nice.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. I quite enjoyed that fighting game, the sort of samurai style fighting game where it was kind of a one hit kill with the sword. It was a little bit more realistic. It was sort of die by the blade or something like that.
That was really tough, actually. I found that to be. There was what was interesting actually. There was quite a lot of games that were quite hard to demo. I think there, I might include like Wolong and some of the indie games there were very much skill based and with very in-depth mechanics, and those make for terrible demos at gaming conventions because you've got 10-15 minutes so long, you dropped into it, there's a sticker on the thing that tells you all the controls are really complex and you have to go straight into it, and you're going to get your head, your backside kicked to you. If they make it easy for it, everyone's going to go, this game's way too easy. So they've got to do it at the difficulty level they wanted to. But I have no idea what we're doing in that. I mean, my personal highlight as well was Street Fighter 6.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, didn't cheat at all and won all those rounds.
No, not even slightly. You didn't kind of max out the advantage into your side and kick my ass at all. No,
I just, I'm just very much a Chun-Li player. But that was quite cool, quite fun. And it's something that if there's online stuff, it might be quite cool to get some tournaments going with a filthy assistant. Maybe at some point get some like 2 or 3 player tournaments. And other things I liked was that, the good side of it is that it wasn't too, it sounds crazy to play the downside as well, it wasn't too huge. And it never felt too busy, I think, compared to previous years.
You sort of take the good with the bad in that. I mean, okay, there weren't any massive developers there necessarily, but at the same time, that meant there wasn't kind of huge amounts of crowd there, and I think none of us came away with COVID, did we?
So far, touch wood, none of us have got COVID, but it's been, it's been over a week, so I felt a little bit, I thought I had a little bit of like con flu when I came out of, by that I mean, as in like convention flu, not, being offensive.
No. You're not we're not quoting Mr. Trump.
Exactly. No. By that I mean it's a pre-COVID. You say, "Oh, I've come back from a gaming convention or something." I say, "I've got con flu." I felt a bit wonky on the Monday, and slept quite a lot as soon as I got home, and then was fine. So so touch wood. So that was good. But let's talk about low lights, the bits we didn't like.
That's. Things we weren't again. I think we've sort of touched on it a little bit already. Is just general lack of major developer support. I mean, there was no Ubisoft, no Bethesda. Okay, I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was there, but big whoop. That was kind of it. And okay, I mean, I don't always necessarily want to queue for their games, but when they send like official branded merch from like Dishonored and stuff like that, that's I've always done quite well. I've always liked picking up that sort of stuff, like Skyrim T-shirts and that sort of thing from the official store. Just makes it feel a little bit more legitimate rather than just like a trade show full of merch people.
Yeah, it was. I'd agree that, and I want to get to a sort of more existential question about that. Any other thing, and I think that was certainly true. I certainly felt that it was that they didn't advertise perhaps that this was a, possibly it's not smaller in size, but there was attendance, and I felt they bulked it up with a lot more merchandise this year, which again was cool to wander around it, but a lot of merchandise was very samey. It was very much, it all seemed to be things that I don't understand as a 40-year-old man, which, is...
lots of wooden katanas, wooden samurai swords and stuff.
So lots of weird masks and stuff I didn't get. It's still really ridiculously expensive. It must be very expensive. The tickets are expensive. The venue's expensive to get to. And I think that, I think it being in London, I know they tried to get EGX Birmingham off the ground earlier this year and they cancelled a couple of months ago, partly because of COVID, but partly because of exhibitors and stuff like that. But I just think it puts the attendance out of reach for a lot of people. It's just so expensive.
Yeah. I agree. I think if it had been almost exactly the same, but in Birmingham and therefore easier to get to, I might not have felt quite so ripped off by it. I suppose.
It was difficult, and I think, I thought other things I thought about it was that there were some really odd choices there as well. Like TikTok had a gaming stand.
Oh,
I don't understand why. It had some okay games. We played some new games on it and stuff on it, but
Oh, and the Steam Decks as well. I mean, I really liked getting to play a Steam Deck for a while, but I mean, Steam Deck's been out for a while, and it's not like we could play any games on it that were up and coming.
Yeah, and you had to give your ID, driving license, or some ID in to be able to play it, and then get it back. I'd hope they didn't lose it, and it was like, okay, that's a bit odd.
Yeah,
I felt I hadn't really thought through that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, a lack of big games, and what I kind of would have liked that maybe it needed more focus on indie games. I still felt they squished the indie games together a bit too close together, particularly there was a lot of space that could have been more spread out.
It was difficult for any of them to stand out, and there were some really good ones there that deserved to stand out, but they were so kind of hemmed in.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt that, it's fantastic that if there's less publishers there, that there's more attention given to the indie game areas. That's cool. We should get into it. The thing is, we attended a couple of talks, which are excellent. Really enjoyed them.
Yes.
One about politics and games was particularly, our bag.
Really, really like that.
But I found the sound and stuff at the actual venue really difficult. Like sound setup,
The acoustics and
stuff,
ability to hear
very
the
hard
people
to hear
there.
people,
Yeah.
particularly if you weren't sat really close to them, and then there wasn't that sort of space for it. But I don't know. Anything else that's like a low for you?
Yeah, but the fact that they only had one brand of beer to pick from at the thing. I mean, I know that's kind of I just like beer that's not lager, and they didn't have any, so I was a little bit sort of miffed by that. But that's kind of a minor pet peeve, to be honest. I didn't really go there for beer necessarily. I think not that it's a bad thing necessarily, but I feel like they should make a point that the show is now primarily an indie-focused show with only a kind of very small number of AAA publishers there. I don't think they advertise it as such, and I don't think they charge for it in a way that matches up with that.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that they've quit the Res event, which is something that we probably would have enjoyed a lot more. I think which was indie-focused. Purely indie focused, and more about trying games out and talking to the devs and stuff, which would have been cool. Some of the bits though before we get into that is that we threatened it. We did meet up with some of our listeners. We met Metal Shark, a couple of other people we saw, which was cool. It's cool to meet up with Metal Shark again. The beer has been bought. It cost us a lot. We're still paying it off, but we've bought.
We're all square now.
We're square until the next time when we won't be square, but we're definitely square.
Yeah.
And great to see you. Great to absolutely, well, I say absolutely no, just barely kick his backside at Street Fighter 2 in the arcade cabinet. So,
you'll destroyed me at Mario Kart 64. Though.
You've got to understand that it's not about driving in that game, but just avoiding the very large polygons that are just floating around. it's a skill-based thing.
Yeah.
But here's my question for you, Dante, which is that because I want to tie this into a point. Do you think, based on our experience here and what we've heard, what EGX was like a previous year, etc., do you think that perhaps gaming conventions are pretty much on their way out from a big publisher kind of view? I totally think that they're really valuable for indie developers and smaller developers. Also for communal events to have streamers and people from the gaming industry and communities do things like cosplaying and talks and stuff like that. I think they're all awesome. So I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but do you think from like a traditional convention that people like Sony, Microsoft who weren't there, Ubisoft who weren't there, Bethesda obviously part of Microsoft now, but no real kind of Square presence or anything. Do you?
I think, I kind of do think that they are a little bit on their way out, and this is why. Again, it's that lack of kind of big people buy-in, and the main reason for that is that people aren't going to go if they don't start seeing a return. I mean, the indie developers aren't going to go there unless they start seeing lots of people wishlisting their stuff and all that kind of thing happen. And it is the big developers which are the hook to get people in. You kind of go for the whatever Assassin's Creed's coming out or whatever kind of FromSoft game might be coming out, but you stay because you see a whole bunch of indie games and you think, oh, okay, no, these were pretty cool there. Again, if they're not getting that amount of foot traffic in, they're not getting those kind of guaranteed sales, they're eventually just going to stop sending the indie for people there as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think unless you advertise it as indie focused, but as you said, is it going to get the same attention? And I think it should, but I do think you're absolutely right. You get there was nothing about the advertising for this that suggested it wouldn't have as big of exhibitors as it used to have, previously. The last time I went in 2019, huge showing from Sony, which they had Final Fantasy VII demos.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw Dreams, that Dreams demo, and that the whole. I mean, I'm not a PlayStation guy, but that Sony exhibit was really, really good. Certainly, that first, was it the first or second time we went?
I think all times have been a strong showing, and the same has been true for Microsoft. I mean, Nintendo were there.
Yeah.
We haven't really mentioned them because really they just had a booth of games that were already out, and then some Splatoon 3 competitions.
And if you didn't sign up for the competition, you could either go right at the start of the day or right at the end, but otherwise you were watching other people have tournaments, which wasn't.
Yeah, really we're not Splatoon multiplayer. We're not part of that community really. So it was a bit kind of like we would have played it if we could, but we weren't going to rearrange the day around it. So I agree. It's an interesting one. I think that, and I just think that from a AAA perspective, the attention and the time they get. If they leak or push out a 2-minute trailer for a game and they get 6 million views or something, they don't get any negative, millions and millions of views. They don't get any negative reviews from people. They don't get articles going, "Oh, I didn't like the demo," or "It glitched out."
They don't get some celebrity kind of making a dick of themselves on a kind of live presentation, like, I don't know, John Berthel or whoever it was from Archer or something like that. But they just put the trailer out. There's less that can go wrong with that, and you get the same amount of buzz drummed up by people that are watching it.
Which is completely opposite to the indie thing, where they're competing for your attention because they don't have the money to spend on marketing, etc., and the brand recognition. And I definitely think, my wish list on Steam, and it's just shot up after that. I've pretty much wish listed half the indie games we saw because it's great. I want to follow them. I've seen them and talked to developers. It works, but so I suppose the big $1 million question is, are we going to go to EGX next year? Or are we going to go perhaps something that's more community orientated, like Insomnia, or it's in Birmingham and stuff like that? I don't know.
I'd like to, I probably wouldn't go to the EGX again without seeing a list of who's actually going to be there, what games are going to be there. I think I'd probably prefer to go to something like the Play Expo in Manchester again, or one of those events in Birmingham would be pretty good. I'd be hesitant, let's put it that way. It wouldn't be a slam dunk. I mean, I enjoy getting together with you guys and seeing this stuff, but I feel like we could just have done that by, kind of going to a hotel somewhere and getting some nice food and some nice beverages and chilling out. We wouldn't have to kind of put ourselves through the pain of kind of being on our feet for 7 hours during the day beforehand.
Yeah, and to answer probably the question that's on everyone's lips, did our filthy assistant get home after all his troubles and tribulations and concerns? And the honest answer is, we don't know. I don't know.
We have no clue. I mean, we're still waiting to hear if
we're
he's...
not, to be honest.
He's made his bed. He can I'm sure he's on...
He made his bed. He can get taken.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. He's... on a few more watch lists than he was before, I think, now. So that'll be nice for him to have those as a little collection. But, hey, all hail whatever Egyptian god he's promoting this time.
Yeah. And I think that wraps it up from us, I'd say. So, where can people find us on the socials?
Okay, so we'll be back to the standard format of the Jambags podcast next month, and you can find us on the socials on Twitter, at Jambags_UK. You'll find the account run by Mr. Rudy Manchego, and at Dante RDRGZJB. Again, you'll find the account that's run by Dante there as well. Same on Instagram at Jambags_UK. You'll see a few things there. There's a few pictures from the convention that are still to go up on the Jambags Instagram. You'll see those there in a day or two. And you can communicate with us through the YouTube message boards once we add some of these videos to YouTube as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to listen to this podcast or any other episodes, you can check us out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel where we put a sort of a video clip version of us out there. And also on any good RSS podcast feed, you can check us out on, or on via Twitter where we post copies of this as well. So, hey, lots of ways to listen to us if you fancy it.
Absolutely. So thank you for tuning in, and if you want to see where we've been at any kind of convention or any event whatsoever, look for the large trail of red jam bags lying around the place.
Rudy's Toilet Reviews. Rudy's Toilet Reviews.
Okay, Jambaggers, I've got the microphone from Rudy because if he gets to do the toilet reviews, I'm going to get to do a toilet review, and I think I've found the best one. It's a bit sparse, there's a big sign for it, but there's nobody else in here, so I'm going to take the opportunity and go for a number twosies in here.
What are you doing in here? What are you doing? Why have you got your trousers down?
Why is this door opening? I'm taking it.
This is a lift. This is the lift to the toilet.
What? Why would you have that? Why would you do that?
I don't know, but there's a queue of school kids waiting to get in the lift behind me.
Sorry, guys. Oh no, this you'll learn all about this in biology.
Oh, this is the worst. This is not a great review. What is your review?
Oh, it's lovely and spacious, but there's no taps, there's no toilet, Oh, okay, no, now I see. There's just buttons for floors.
Okay, well, that's probably not the best review we've done then. Moving on.